Down. All right, sports fans, gather around. We're back. It's the Shoehorn Podcast, the only movie review show that fits into a shoe like a horn for your movie review. We are back. I got Ben on the 1 and 2. I got Shitty Beetle on his 5th beer, and I got Hugo, Mr. Scott. Welcome, everyone. We are doing the podcast. This one was Everything Bagel. My mom's a cunt. Also known as Guys, what do you think?
Man, I don't know how this has such good reviews, such good ratings. To quote Frank Costanza, I'm going to twist it a little bit, but this movie's not my kind of movie.
Wow, coming in hard.
Yeah, this is not my kind of guy, Frank Costanza. And,
what's your biggest complaint?
I really don't know because Jamie Lee Curtis I thought was pretty fucking scary.
Weird.
She was pretty good, and I liked the Goonies kid.
He was great.
He was being crazy.
Oh my God! I just realized that's who that was. Wait.
And Indiana Jones, I believe.
Yeah, and Indiana Jones Temple of Doom.
God, he sounds the same.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
You told me, Mr. Jones. You told me not to do that, and I did it.
Eminem.
But man,
no.
I could never get into it. I didn't know if it was trying to be funny or serious, and
it was a weird. It is very odd. It's an odd vibe. The movie, I liked it, I didn't love it, but I did like a lot of aspects of it. It was way too long. Way too long.
Yeah.
So long.
You liked it?
I mean, I definitely didn't like it on the second viewing. Like, watching it again, I was like, God damn. Like, I didn't hate it at all, but
I didn't hate it.
I kind of liked it definitely was. They tried pretty hard. It was a pretty far out there concept, but in reality, it was kind of not. It was just a far out there concept to represent such a basic thing, which in my opinion is the literal human struggle, the internal struggle of a human being. Like, you think about your parents raising you. Well, they weren't fucking robots, dude. They're going through all this shit, and as a kid, you have no fucking clue what your parents are going through. You don't give a fuck. You're a selfish little piece of shit. And then as you realize you get older, oh my God, my parent was a human being going through all these personal problems that I didn't care about. They weren't going to tell me. So, I kind of struck me in a way of like, I interpreted it as a very deep message of like how fucked up people are internally and the struggles that they truly have and what they're trying to do and what they have to go through just to like love their child. Like, think about the relationships you have with your parents. Mine aren't very good. And this makes a lot of sense. Like, we all have weird relationships because we don't know how to be with each other. We don't know what they're going through. We're too scared to ask them. They're too scared to tell us. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, it is a weird relationship between parents and kids. I mean, I can see that now with my own kids.
I can't even imagine having a fucking child. Good for you, man.
Good point. It's a good point about not really thinking about it as a kid. You're oblivious to adult life. You're separated from that.
It's like nice, but it's also kind of like
you can't figure it out until like we're this age now. Like you put it perfectly. Like, you're never gonna know what they were going through because you're in your own world.
Yep.
But anyways, let's beep back this up a little bit here. Let's just give a little recap of this movie. This is described as an American absurdist comedy drama, which I actually think is perfectly put.
Yeah.
Because it is like absurd the way like the movie is presented. It's obviously like there's multiverse going on and stuff with the dildos and the
they weren't
all the different life iterations are just kind of
they're
absurd, and I don't know. To me, I'm just gonna come out with that. I'm right with Travis where I didn't hate this movie, but this is not my kind of movie.
Yeah.
It's just the absurdity of and it's just the fast pacedness of it, and just all the cutting and stuff like
all over the place.
I appreciate what they're doing, and there are certain parts where I did start to feel like more into the movie, but at first I was struggling. It was a lot.
Yeah.
But I'll give my final review later on. Ben, let's hear what you thought initially of this film, please.
I definitely can agree with you that it was tough to follow early on, but like I thought the last hour of the film was gripping, and I came away feeling like this was one of my favorite movies that I've watched
Nice.
for this
Really?
so far.
Wow.
That's
Yeah, I emotionally connected with this film.
I agree.
I thought someone would for sure because it's gotten, like Travis said, it's up for a bunch of Oscars. It has great reviews, so people like this movie. I just think you have
I
to.
think they picked good.
I
I
love
like
her.
the cast,
Yeah,
main
I do.
character, and I honestly really liked the daughter. I mean, the character was a little extreme,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I thought she did a good job playing it. And I always love the guy who played the grandpa.
Oh,
I
he's
always love
great.
Gong
He's
Gong.
money.
Yeah,
The
He's
best.
the Seinfeld 4.
Yep.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Cartwright.
god! Wow.
That guy's
What was
been
his
acting.
name? Alpha Gung Ho.
I heard him.
Yeah, doesn't he have the
random-
most titles in Hollywood?
Really?
Yeah, I believe that because I saw him on a
Yeah.
random like
Amazing.
interview once, and he was talking about like he's like I've been acting since white people were the Asians in movies, and like they like allowed me on.
I
Like,
literally wrote that I love the Asian grandpa so much. I mean, dude, like it just was this also like speaking on like seemingly being an Asian like of Asian descent from certain countries, like your parents treat you like shit. Like they don't
Yeah.
yes.
offer you like they immediately like
If
cut
you don't become
down.
like a doctor or
Yeah.
politician,
If you don't
like,
follow the, Indian families are known for doing this, Asian families, if you don't
Yeah.
become, a normal, successful doctor or lawyer, you're estranged from the family.
So this movie starts off with an older Asian woman seemingly in over her head in a downtrodden laundromat. I'm not sure where was this? Where was this?
I don't even know. I don't even know if it matters really.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What state was this in? Like,
I mean, they weren't really outside ever. I feel like.
to be honest, like I would weirdly I would like to own a laundromat and just be like getting so high upstairs, like not a bad laundromat, like a kind of successful one. You stroll on down. What's up, Lenny? How you you got regulars. Wouldn't be the worst life ever.
I would not want to live that life, but
Sounds
I
fun.
thought this movie was
machine's breaking down all the time.
close to
Well,
being
that wouldn't be my
good
job.
for me, but it just never clicked for me.
I can
Yeah,
see that.
I mean-
You don't like Asian people that much. I can see
That's
that.
not true.
That's not true.
I
love Asian
definitely
people.
felt like it was hard to keep up with it first.
Let's
Definitely.
get into that because I thought I missed something, but the elevator scene when like felt like that was not explained. Like they didn't even explain anything really. All of a sudden,
Actually,
Did
I
you
had to,
not
huh?
did you
I had
not
to-
catch when Wayman was doing like flips and shit in the
Yeah.
background on the
In the-
security camera? Like
you had to have
really
seen
early
that
on.
to understand.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will say that I got up at one point, like.
Yeah, they
I think
showed
you
him
missed
like
that.
Well,
yeah.
what caused that? Like, you don't know.
Like,
You saw him doing flips.
The,
Well, she
the
was-
temporal, the
Well, I'm
burst
saying
jumping.
like in the elevator, he's just like all of a sudden he's like, "Listen, this is what's happening." Like,
Well,
some
he
Matrix
was
shit all of a sudden.
he was going from multiverse to multiverse.
No, I get
to
that, but I'm
universe to
saying
ver-
at that point you didn't know what the hell was really happening. Right?
No,
you had a
missed
feeling.
the security
you
cam
had a
footage.
fe-
That's
you had a
why
feel-
you
you
didn't
had
know
a
what was
feeling
going on.
something was happening.
Well, I
though.
knew. Yeah, okay. Maybe you might be right that maybe that, but it was just like weird. He was just like,
Yeah, I think if you had seen that, you would have been like, "What the fuck?" Because he wasn't doing shit. He was the most simple guy, and then he was like doing karate moves all over the place, and then all of a sudden snap back into like talking to being weird and like dancing with that
yeah,
white
but
guy.
still, okay, that's fine. But like, what was the point? Like, and I guess it's explained later. But that to me, I was just like, all right, we're just doing this. Like,
Yeah, I guess you're right. Like, well, I don't know. I guess they chose a time because clearly she was like the chosen one. So yeah, it was kind of like he just all of a sudden.
later, like he was looking to just kill like
Ugh.
dark entity that was in her daughter, but I don't know.
I
Yeah,
actually had the
It's a little
opposite
hard to get into
experience.
it at first.
I had a different experience. I was really into it in the beginning, and I was like, I think this is gonna be great. But to me, it just never kind of delivered on the promise of the setup, and it got too absurd. It kind of lost me a little bit. But I actually liked the beginning, and Jamie Lee, like the whole beginning scene, the elevator, the Jamie Lee Curtis, tax, all of that stuff. I was hooked. I'm not sure exactly where it lost me, but I actually really liked the beginning.
Okay.
Good. This is why we do this. Everybody's got their different take.
I do think this is going to be a very down the middle movie. It's kind of what I was expecting. I knew someone would really like it. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it.
Yeah, I can agree with Travis's sentiment of like it had like a cool beginning and then it kind of just continued to be, I don't know, it never really settled or made a move to make me that much more invested.
It dragged in the middle.
I didn't feel
I will say the hot dog fingers was the worst thing. Besides the guys shoving things up their butts.
I mean, that was like, come on. Like, it was kind of funny. Like, oh, he's got to shove that up his ass to do, because they were doing weird shit to get. But yeah, that was a bit much.
Yeah, like what was it? The jumping stuff, like that. Yeah, all that stuff was like, okay, like there was a little too much of that. Like you said, it was a long movie. Like we could have cut some of that down.
And the everything bagel. I mean, just a little too absurd for me.
Yeah, and I was almost kind of like, I did like the daughter, but it was like almost too much, man. It was like such a new this 2023 type of like in your face sexualized. I'm gonna dress in whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I thought it was weird, like that she got super offended that her mom was like, "This is her good friend," like
so
really good
dumb.
Friend. She was like, "Oh my!" Like she acted like she like I don't know, like she should have known that in that family. And then it was weird how she's like, "You're getting fat." Like I get that, Cora. It was kind of like I think they were trying to show that like her father had done that to her, and that's kind of like generational downs that just kind of will continue on. And that was the point of some of the point of the movie was like break through that and be like, "Fuck that! Like live the life you want to live," and then it's just going to create a healthier life for everyone overall. But I don't know. It was just a little bit weird in the beginning how a lot of things just started. All of a sudden, we're swinging dodos and raccoons and shit, and it's just like
I feel like they lost.
I was having a hard time just
the Ratatouille part definitely.
I love Ratatouille.
I like the Ratatouille when he was like
Ratatouille. Yeah,
I did like that. I thought that was one of my favorite little parts.
That dude, I agree. Like this movie, I feel like had the trajectory of being a cool movie, but then because of like what is fucking everything sucks now. So then they're like throwing ass dildos and the fuck.
I think that's part. I think that might be a big part of it for me too. Is I thought the message was a little heavy-handed. All that stuff. I like that stuff to be like buried beneath the surface. It's there. You know it's there, but you barely know it's there. I don't want it shoved down my throat.
Not with a plastic dildo.
Or up my ass. Don't shove those political stuff somewhere I don't want them to be shoved.
Don't fucking have a guy jumping up with his butthole spread onto a fucking. That's painful.
Like I think something that's lost in 2023 is like go back to 1977, Star Wars, Leia, this strong, independent woman. She's the leader of the whole rebellion. She's a fucking badass. But it's not like you don't like even think about that. She's just a good character.
Yeah.
But now today it's got to be she's a woman. She's power, and it's just too much. It's almost counterproductive to me. Like when it's done right, the message means more.
Yeah. It's so common in the new hotness to just have a force feed a character that doesn't need to be that way, or doesn't deserve that.
The whole multiverse like villain stuff didn't connect to me. Like I didn't really care, and that's where I was like in the middle. I was really like, man, I don't know. But I will say the scene that I really liked that brought me back in was the scene where they're the rocks, and then it's like. Because it was very fast paced. Like there's a lot of shit going on. And then when there are those rocks in the desert, I was like, all right, I can breathe for a little bit. And then there was some like heavier messaging, but I don't know. I like that scene for some reason. Like them talking to each other.
That was
they can't really do anything but speak to each other.
I love like
over.
Well, I guess it was like, I don't remember if it was the first fight or remember when Wayman was about to get backbreakered by Jamie Lee and he puts the exit sign, like that type of shit was kind of cool. Like,
that was
they're just like thinking ahead, like they already know the move that's coming next, so they got to counter the move. It was some weird fucking shit. But they were doing like wrestling moves. Someone else got like tombstoned, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, some even
that person had a pro wrestling ability.
Oh, they had the pro wrestling simulation. Yeah, okay. So it was like the Matrix in terms of like.
I mean, that aspect is kind of like the Matrix.
Yeah, as long as you shove a dildo up
Matrix vibes for how it started.
I don't remember any dildos in the Matrix, but
yeah, I mean, even actually now thinking about that, I mean, really that whole first scene in the building is a ripoff of the Matrix. Them hiding behind the little counters and stuff.
Probably an homage. Yeah.
Well.
They used lyrics from a popular alternative rock song as well.
From the Matrix?
No,
I can't remember the 9 Days, I believe, is the name of the band. Story of a Girl.
Never heard of either of those, but you rock on, my man.
Oh, Story of a Girl, if you heard it.
This is the story of a girl.
Yeah.
That's rock.
He said
that's
something.
Rock.
Said
that's alt rock, brotch.
That is alt.
Said something about like your clothes never wear as well the next day, and your hair never falls in quite the same way. He said that. Those were the first 2 lines he said, and then he said something else that wasn't. And I was like, why is he? And then they never like. There was no payoff, like, oh yeah, like they never played the song or something. I was like, is that from something else? I don't know.
That is quite
weird. It was really weird. I was like, what was the point of that?
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
Weird movie, weird movie.
Yeah, a lot going on. I liked when she mispronounced Juju Chewbacca every time. Juju Chujubi. She just some of that. She was great. She's funny,
good.
Man.
She's
really good. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Come on.
Yeah.
She was in Rich Asians too.
Crazy Rich Asians. They showed there was like a split-second screen where she was an actress. Yep. They showed her on the Crazy Rich Asians red carpet.
Yep, that was cool as shit. In another whatever. But
parallel universe.
It was funny because in Crazy Rich Asians, she does the same shit to her son. The first time she sees him, she's like, "You need haircut." So like, you just shit on your child as soon as you see it. Instead of saying, "I love you. How have you been? You don't look so good. You need food and haircut."
Mm-hmm. You look fat.
Yeah, literally, you look fat.
Got Marty Asian on this podcast. Damn it, Eddie.
We missed it. Yeah, we should have got Andy or Eddie on here.
How dare you?
How dare you? Right now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Bobby Ree ain't shit.
I'm Bobby Ree mom. I'm Bobby mom. Oh, dude. Yeah. I didn't even realize that was Jamie Lee Curtis. Like, obviously it was, but I was like, she looks so fat. Like,
I had to point that out to Kelsey. I was like, "Do you know who that is?"
Looks bad.
Like,
if I didn't know
idea
that she was,
I said Jamie Lee Curtis, and she was like, "She looks so old." And I was like, "Well." I was like, first of all, she is old. Second of all, that's makeup.
Yeah, they dolled her up to look worse.
I don't know if I wouldn't. I probably would have figured it out, but it would have taken me a while, I think, if I didn't know it going in.
She had a very prominent role, and I did not realize that.
She got nominated for like Best Supporting Actress.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool, honestly. I mean, because she's someone that at this point in her career, you don't get to see that often.
She might have been my favorite part of the movie. I was like pretty scared by her.
What did you like about her?
Part of the movie.
Tell us what you liked about her.
What?
What did you like about her?
She was fucking scary.
She was menacing. Weird broad.
A lot of
and just the whole like I don't know. I work in local government, so just seeing that whole like sort of local.
That wasn't local. That was the federal.
Well, I know, but it's all the same bureaucracy bullshit. Huh?
Nothing.
What did you say?
Little pieces like her arm brace, like very believable. Like she seemed like an IRS lady. For like, I don't know what they look like, but I'm like, that's probably what they look like. So I agree with you.
It's bureaucracy. It's all the same.
Yeah.
My favorite quote was, "You'll always try to confuse us with these big words."
Yeah.
That's like, I was like, oh, that's so on point. Yeah, they do.
You
They
said
do.
you were going to bring your daughter to translate.
Dude, what was funny is that Wayman, did you see briefly that they showed Wayman from Workaholics was also in this? Did you see that?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I did. I saw him a couple of times.
I did not see that.
Briefly.
Yeah, like it's so perfect. Of course, Wayman. Yeah, I mean, I kind of nominated this movie simply because everyone else was nominating more like very just like, oh, let's watch another movie about some serial killer like this, and it was a popular movie. I figured, maybe this will get us more clicks. Wasn't my favorite movie ever, but it was kind of it was different. I enjoyed something when people take chances, and this was quite a chance because there was a lot of fucking weird shit going on.
Did you guys know that the Russo brothers produced this?
What does that mean, though?
Or the Russo brothers? Matrix?
The ones that did all the Avengers.
What does that have to do with?
They did all the Avengers.
Right.
Movies.
What does that have to do with the film?
You never know with producers. Some are involved and some aren't.
This is officially part of the Marvel verse.
No. I mean, I get sure.
No. They apparently it was part of their initiative to support like
non-white people,
directors with original ideas, and
I'm gonna segue. Can I segue this into? I recently was watching Avengers Endgame, which I like the movie. There is one scene where one of the Russo brothers decides to insert himself to do some acting alongside Chris Evans, and it's one of the worst pieces of film you'll ever see in your life. They're talking about, oh, it's been so tough, and I went on a gay date with a gay guy, and maybe I'll call him. And then Chris Evans goes, my love's been in the ice since 19. It's. I want to vomit on the screen. So I literally hate the Russo brothers because I think he was just like, you know what? I've directed 17 movies now in the Avengers universe. I'm going to go ahead and act, and I'm going to have a pivotal scene. Is that how you feel about
Quentin Tarantino?
Yeah, I was just like, fuck this guy, man. Fuck this guy. Of course it's a gay. They're all talking about the people that disappeared and you're going on a date. Of course it's with a man. Fuck you.
Half the population disappeared. All they had left was one of the Russo.
I gotta fuck this guy now. My wife disappeared. I'm on to gay dudes now, which is cool. Me and Thor. I jerked off Thor, which was dope.
Yeah. Have they done anything outside of Marvel?
Didn't they do?
Don't know.
Didn't they do? Didn't they do Gray? Isn't Gray Man them?
Yes.
So I'm not okay. I take it back a little. That wasn't very gay.
Can we do that for the next one? Because I want to watch that again.
I'll watch it anytime you want me to.
Oh my God, Ryan!
Wait. Have you guys seen Gray Man?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Eric, no?
No, I haven't seen it. I heard good things from you guys.
Yeah, well, we're not going to do it, but you should just watch it tonight. Just have a fun time, Take a little...
Seriously, it's really good. It's an action thriller?
Oh, you lost me. Snort a little weed, drink a little booze, What
happens when you snort weed? I've never done that.
I think I snorted teeth.
Yeah,
didn't we? Yeah, we definitely had done that before.
That does something?
No, I don't know, but
it's not activated.
I don't think so.
No, you have to heat it, yeah.
Yeah, it's why I'm the way I am right now because of that. But
because I am.
Because I am.
Well, all right. Well, I don't even remember what we were talking about. Let's talk about something else. How about that?
This has a 9.5 on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's ridiculous.
I'm telling you, dude, that was actually a really. You guys don't know what art is.
95er?
Possibly.
I don't really like.
I can't believe that Ben has hated all the movies we've done, and he likes this one.
That's what I'm saying. It's because I know what a really good.
I didn't hate it. I liked it.
I took a psychology of film class in college.
Just don't watch it again.
And the world's been paying for that ever since.
I actually think that's
so good.
I wonder.
So good. The kid's good.
That was great.
Grab it.
I wonder if I will like it better, and I'm not going to rewatch it anytime soon, but I wonder if a year from now, if I rewatch it, if I'd like it more. Because how long ago did you see it the first time?
I mean, it wasn't a year ago.
And this came out in April, I want to say.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah, because like rewatching Manos, I was like, yeah, this isn't as good as I remember. So sometimes that happens, but sometimes on the first watch you don't appreciate something, and then you're like, actually, I like this a little better this time because I don't have to think about it as much the second time. Because
I kind of nominated it because I wasn't like I loved it to death, but I kind of was like, I think it would have been a good movie to.
Yeah, it's a good talking point movie for sure. I mean, it's up for the most Oscars, I want to say. I know a lot of people don't care about Oscars, but I think that's a good barometer somewhat for what people are talking about.
Yeah, this shit got fucking nominated for everything, dude.
Everywhere all at once.
Pretty wild. Well,
yeah, we're
how about
making
this?
our Oscars rounds. We've got Banshees. We've got Everything Everywhere. What else is getting nominated?
Dumbass shit. Top Gun.
Top Gun.
Top Gun.
I haven't seen Top Gun yet.
So good.
Like better.
Travis wants me dead about Top Gun. So good.
I gotta get Breeze over to watch Top Gun because Top Gun was her favorite movie when I was a child. Like when I was a child, I had to watch Top Gun all the time. And I didn't mind it because cool, there was fucking jets and there's sex scenes. So
Top Gun. No, I mean Top Gun was an easy. Like that movie was like. Something about Tom Cruise, he's always like a captivating watch, man. Like
it's entertainment.
Oh yeah, she also had a
He's an action
star.
star.
Tom Cruise.
Who didn't? They don't show you how tall he is in real life.
Not really. I would have been more into Val Kilmer.
Fuck yeah, dude! You know we love Val out here, dog.
I've never seen it.
Dog.
You've never seen either Top Gun?
No, neither.
Oh, he's doing that bit. Oh my God, he hates '80s movies, Travis.
Well, I mean,
you're missing out.
I never watched Top Gun a lot. I saw it a couple years ago and thought it was okay.
The original is pretty.
The new one is much better than the original to me because I don't have that Top Gun nostalgia.
As well as the
new one is pretty dope.
Now.
What?
Just because the old one doesn't hold up because of the limitations of like special effects and
how are the dog fights?
I don't even know if it's that.
It's amazing. They're it's all like real planes. These people are actually in the planes and shit.
In the original.
Oh yeah, I don't remember.
I heard the new one's amazing.
I just think it's a more well-made movie the second go around. To be honest, like I don't, you know what I mean? Like I think Tom Cruise is a way more polished.
Wait, you've seen the second one?
Oh yeah.
I have. No.
Oh, I thought you hadn't seen it.
No, I've seen it. I give Travis shit because he's like, it's a 10, and I'm like, I mean, it was awesome. It was fun, dude. It's a great watch.
You know who told Tom Cruise
that
he saved the movie industry by making Top Gun?
What?
Steven Spielberg.
Can you imagine that?
No. Who was supposed to direct the first?
Steven Spielberg told Tom Cruise that he saved the movie industry by making Top Gun.
Dude.
He did. That was the first movie to blow up in the theater in 3 years.
That made me want to watch
it. He made that. Didn't he make it like 2 years before and waited to put it in theaters? I think. Like, and it's still like held up, even though it was years old.
I saw it was the first movie I saw in theaters in 3 years. And before the previews, there's a 60-second little commercial with Tom Cruise thanking you for coming back to the theater and. We love making the movies. I mean, this whole big thing, and it was hilarious.
Tom Cruise is so dedicated.
Are you talking about the first one, Eric, or the second one?
He can't lose.
Second one.
He's untouchable. All these other people can get canceled. He's a fucking Scientologist nut job. He can't get canceled.
Saying, dude. No, why wouldn't everyone hated him for a couple of years, like 6-7 years ago when he was hardcore.
Yeah, then he made a movie.
And he survived because he's fucking Tom Cruise and he's awesome and he makes amazing movies.
But it's crazy because his movies didn't make that much money until like very recently. Like Top Gun and the last couple Mission Impossibles have made a lot of money.
Well, I don't know.
Before that, they were making like good money, but they weren't making like crazy money.
Well, I mean, he had a serious actor role like in his earlier days, and then he kind of went to like being just an all-out action star lately.
He's done so much shit, dude.
He's the man.
He really is. He's almost underrated, even though he's so well known, because I don't think he gets as much credit as he truly fucking deserves for what he does, in terms of action.
Like you said, like once that Scientology shit got attached to him, people were so out. Like there wasn't even cancel culture, but that's what happened to him.
But dude, Will Smith
him in
is
Tropic
dead.
Thunder, Les Grossman. Are you kidding me?
Will Smith's dead to me. Like he's dead to me. I can never take that guy seriously again.
We mentioned Collateral, Minority Report in recent podcasts.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Dude, yes.
I would love. I'm not a Mission Impossible guy, but I randomly went and saw. I think it was Fallout.
Ghost Protocol.
I think it was Fallout. That movie is fucking amazing. Have you guys seen that? Mission Impossible?
Yes, I've seen them all. The last couple have been amazing.
Really, every Mission Impossible, except you can make an argument that 2 is not very good, even though it's still enjoyable. But all the Mission Impossibles are good.
Yeah,
the later ones, have been even better. Like because they've
starting 3 on 3 was what's the guy's name who ruined Star Wars?
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Brian Johnson?
Philip Seymour Hoffman is the bad guy, and the director was the guy who ruined Star Wars.
Rian Johnson.
Ryan Johnson.
No, the other one, the first one.
J.J. Abrams.
J.J. Abrams.
Oh yeah.
Dude, Mission Impossible 3 is really fucking good. Philip Seymour Hoffman is money.
Dude, you know how crazy that was when they were like, okay, we're gonna reboot Star Trek. It's J.J. Abrams. Star Wars as well. It's J.J. Abrams.
Well, that's how he got Star Wars, because Star Trek reboot was pretty sick, honestly.
That shit. Yeah. They should have stopped.
They could have stopped that movie after the first 10 minutes. I was already crying.
Yeah, they should. All they saw was money. Look, he rebooted Star Trek.
I don't blame him.
How fucking uncreative these assholes are.
I don't blame him, because that was the problem, was there was too much money involved in the
Can't say no.
Movie what it was. No, I don't blame him.
Yeah, no, I don't blame him at all. I blame these uncreative fucking suits.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Well, they brought him back for the third one.
They wouldn't let him actually do what he wanted to do.
You think Billy Walsh didn't know?
Flip-flopping. They did J.J. Abrams, and then everyone was like, this is the same shit as A New Hope. And then they're like, all right, we'll bring in Rian Johnson. And then everyone hated that, even though a lot of people loved that. And they're like, all right, we're bringing J.J. back. And then it's like, all right. Everyone just hated everything about it.
Eric loves Ray. He's a
can't
big
make the fanboys. You cannot make the fanboys happy.
Ray was the horrible lead actress who took over the mantle of Star Wars.
I have a lightsaber.
I'm gonna go in hyperdrive. She was awful. Fucking awful.
Well, I mean,
I'd do her.
I'm a big Star Wars fan. And I even liked Phantom Menace more than the new trilogy. That new trilogy was garbage.
Phantom Menace has grown.
That's a tough sell. I've tried to watch
me some Adam Driver though.
I know, that's the thing. Adam Driver was good.
Well, the first one had promise. I like the characters that they built, like Ray. You said I did like Ray.
After somebody was basically like,
the first one was okay.
Plot as The New Hope.
Yeah,
I guess you're right. It really is.
Yeah, it wasn't horrible, but
it was stupid. They're like, the Empire's back, and we're gonna blow it up. The ship at the end, okay, what happened?
Well, they fucking did the whole time in 18 movies. It was just 2 Death Stars. What the fuck?
Yeah, it was dumb.
I'm gonna go to hyperdrive.
And that's all right.
No, I didn't hate. I kind of did when I still remembered the scene where they first showed Ray and she was scavenging in some big ass.
Yeah.
And it was shot really well. It was really cool, but. I don't know, man. It's just I swear to God, I keep harping upon the fact that when these movies are made in this current awful time that we live in, there's all these other directives that they have to follow. They're like, we need a black guy. We need a girl lead. That's
why we just got Ant-Man 7, Quantum.
Yeah, just make a movie.
Well, they won't do that.
We'll be back in
They'll only make Marvel movies, and it's your guys' fault for watching those Marvel movies. I blame you.
Well, thank you. I'm sorry, and you're welcome.
Well, no, not you're welcome. I don't like Star Wars. I don't like Marvel movies. Stop.
Yeah, but you said you liked the Star Trek and you liked some of the Star Wars.
That was good. That was a good answer.
Well, I don't make them.
You know what I liked? I had this conversation the other day. The first Iron Man, I absolutely loved. I was all in. I was ready, and then they fucked it up after that.
Dude,
They were like, "Oh my god, look how successful this was.
they
Let's
do
do
that
it
with
all
every
over, everywhere."
fucking movie, man. Like, when
Iron
will
Man
they
3
learn?
Iron Man 3 is the worst movie I think I've ever seen in my entire
No,
life.
no, 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 no.
What
Iron
did you think
Man
about
2,
Wakanda Forever?
I will not watch that. After Iron Man
Eric,
3, I never watched another Marvel movie.
Eric, Iron Man
Oh,
2,
okay.
Iron Man 2, is way worse than
No,
Iron Man
no,
3,
no.
to be honest.
No.
Oh, dude. Oh,
Yeah, just because Terrence Howard's not in it.
dude. Oh, dude. The second, yeah, that guy's
My
awful.
Dreams, Gandhi guy fake out. That was so.
Oh, he's so bad. That's so bad. That's
She was
so
so
bad. Yeah, no, that kind of was like a meaningless movie. But seriously, the second one with like
Second one's not great. With
second one's awful.
what's that guy's name? The fucking
Mickey Rourke.
Yeah, Mickey
That-
Rourke. He has
He's
those
awful.
whiplash. Is it
Yeah.
Whiplash or something?
Yeah.
Whiplash.
Yeah, that shit's
See,
not good.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks because like I truly love some of those characters and they just I don't know how they fucked Iron Man up so much.
Well, the thing is, I don't know what.
He's
I don't-
great in the other movies though. Like
Did he just check out? Like, I'm assuming he was like, I don't want to do this forever because he's by far the best fit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. But no, he was great in like all the side movies. Like he was
Cooper.
great.
He's that character. That's why it works so well.
Yeah,
Like,
he's great.
he is a
Go.
star. Anyway,
About-
let's bring this back to everything everywhere.
Yeah, hold up.
Get back on track here.
Well, they're going to take a break. Travis, I want to talk to
Yeah.
you while these guys are on a break. I mean, I guess
No, I'm
everyone's
just
taking a
making
break.
sure this dog doesn't wander through
Yeah, I'm
my
gonna
house.
give it my
Cooper,
final
get outta here.
final rating here.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to do that yet.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Okay.
Can you go outside? Okay, hold on.
What did
I
you
gotta
take
take
away
these
from
dogs
this
out.
movie?
Yeah.
What do you
Well,
think that was, and what will you take from it going forward?
well, to be honest,
Go ahead.
I did doze off a couple times towards
During
the
the
end, so I
movie?
might have missed something. But I
Yeah.
Dude,
think
the end was the
woke
best
up
part of the
fine.
movie.
Huh?
The end was the best of the movie.
Yeah, I know. I need to watch it again, I guess, but
Oh,
watch
God.
the last hour again.
No,
But
don't.
You're a disgrace to the shoehorn.
no, Laura took out her
don't
phone
blame your
halfway
wife.
through and said, "Fuck this
Don't-
movie," and
Damn.
went to bed angry because that was the movie we watched that
Wow.
night. She fucking hated it.
Oh well, my
This was
wife,
blown out,
my
man.
wife falls asleep.
True.
My wife falls asleep during every movie, so when she fell asleep during this one, it was just another day.
That hurts, Laura. That hurts, Laura.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, isn't it about accepting your life and accepting her daughter? Wasn't that the message of the movie?
I think so.
I think it was more. I mean, yeah, sort of, but it was more like nothing. Everything else is just noise. The people you care about mean the most, and you need to be there for them.
Yeah, give
you
them
know?
attention.
That is a good message. I do like that
I
message.
think it spoke well to like what our society is like right now. Everyone's so dumbed down by everything, all the distractions, their terrible existence in your jobs that you're missing out on shit you could still have. You could still have it. You're just kind of acting like you can't, you know, or
Yeah.
Well, it's like you always think the grass is always greener. That's what.
Yeah,
I
oh,
feel
fuck
those
yeah.
Versus where like if I only had done this, then I could have been an actress or.
Yep.
But I don't get the ones. Well, I guess it's to be like kind of absurd. Like you wouldn't want that, but like the hot dog shit fingers. That's what I'm. That wasn't. We didn't need all that.
You're so
Okay,
right.
so
That's the mess.
based on,
Like,
if you paid attention
Yep.
during that scene,
It taints it.
could you tell where was the mustard
I
and
can't
ketchup
see.
coming out? Yeah, because I'm not there.
He's
Was the
pumping all.
mustard and ketchup coming out when they were like coming, or were they like biting the hot dogs
I don't know.
fingers? And that was
Who
coming
knows?
out. Like I couldn't understand where that was coming.
There's too much phallic humor going on with.
Yeah, I
It
agree. It
was
was
a
very,
But
very homoerotic.
it was like, all right, you're using this a little too much as a crutch.
That seriously
Yeah.
ruined like the message. Like it made it into like I
Well,
get what
it
they were doing,
it
but
certainly was more of a distraction than it was like helpful at any point where they used it. Like when the guys had to use it as their jump point, why did they both have to do it? Like they both did it.
Yeah,
the whole jump point stuff went way over my head. I didn't get it. I was like, I know that they needed it, but I was like, I have no idea what is a jump point.
Yeah, that to me was kind of like that's what you came up with, dudes. Jumping on a that's disgusting.
Well, they couldn't use telephone booth because Matrix already took it.
Well, and that was my
couldn't
point.
have done anything, Travis.
That was my point earlier. Was
they were just wearing Bluetooth
just
headsets
jump into it, and it wasn't thought out.
instead of the telephone booth.
Like they could have I swear to God, if we sat in a room, we could have come up with better ideas of how to have jump points.
We could have made that movie easily.
Yeah, like we could do. But it's like.
But do you know why it's nominated? Is because it's fucking original in the sense that it's not a fucking book. It's not a fucking remake of something that was made 30 years ago. Like,
I don't know why else.
That's what I
no white people
want more chances taken like this. Like,
yeah.
I'm so sick of everything being a remake. Like, we're remaking movies that weren't even made 10 years ago. Like, how fucking desperate does that show that we are? And like,
they're remaking.
Like,
they're remaking another fucking Peter Pan. Like, stop it, man.
How many different Batmans can we have at once?
So many.
Like,
Peter Pan.
You know the answer to that.
Peter Pan again.
I gotta know what happens to his parents. Like, hopefully one day we'll find out.
Who, Peter Pan's?
No, Bruce Wayne. Like, what happened there?
Chiller got him.
I think he gets shot up in the alley with the pearl.
Yeah, so like, I appreciate when there's a movie like this, and like, yeah, it was a little disjointed at points, and I definitely noticed, but the overall like family theme that they played on really hit for me, and I was like crying at the end.
Dude, when they did the scene
touching.
When Handsome Wayman said what he said to her, like I would have been happy just being in a laundromat, like that type of shit was really touching. Like he was so sweet, like that guy was a genuinely great person.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was great.
Why are you all fighting?
Yeah. He put the googly eyes, bro. The googly eyes.
The googly
like,
eyes. Well, save the day.
Stop putting googly eyes on everything.
I think we've got to the point where it's time for the final review.
Okay. Travis.
Ben just said he cried, so we'll give him the last.
Yeah, Travis.
Well, I think I do agree with Ben. I like the originality of it. They did do some crazy like camera work, some tracking shots that was pretty interesting, and the use of like the sets with it. The like George Lucas used this term that he wanted to be with Star Wars, which was like he wanted the universe to feel lived in, and like you really did kind of feel like that laundromat and their house. It did feel lived in.
Bills.
I like a lot of that stuff.
Good point, because
maybe falling asleep hurt my understanding of the film and the message, so maybe I need to watch it again. But as it stands, I'm gonna go 6.5.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't hate it, but it just didn't quite click into gear for me like it did.
Before I forget. Did you notice that in the beginning, like right in the beginning when they go to the IRS, she circles their debt or whatever with a black circle.
Yes.
The everything bagel.
Obviously the everything bagel, which was the entire whatever that was so that was kind of weird to me.
That was what she stapled to her
head.
Staple this to my head. No, you must have done that to yourself.
She's like, you did it. No, you did it to yourself. She's like, why would I do that to myself?
Well, you remember.
Dude, she was great.
There was a lot of black circles.
Yeah.
Which obviously you can make of what you will, but.
Was the karaoke machine circled? Was that significant? Did I miss something there?
No, that was.
I didn't understand was like how they made a big deal about the IRS thing and how she had other side gigs. They never showed her like singing or whatever the hell else she said she was doing.
I think she was trying to lie. Like, wasn't that?
Oh no, I think she was trying to just expense things that weren't exactly.
That's lying.
Okay. Yes.
Right.
Because they're from the multiverse.
It's like that time
Yeah.
the golfers, it was raining all day, and there was literally 4 people on the course, and I'm looking out the pro shop window. I watched them play 15. I watched them go to 16, play 17, play 18. They come in and ask for a rain check, and I say, okay, how many holes did you get in? Oh, I think we were on 10 fairway.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's these
Wow.
people are devious, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Well,
really
it all
are.
comes back to Travis's Asian racism.
I didn't say they were Asians.
I said it in the beginning. He said it was
But
a
we
No,
all
I
know
didn't
they
say
were.
what race they were. They might have been white
But we
people.
all
They-
know
Yeah, that is like a white guy move too, though.
Those
a
big
white
flop
trash
hats.
guy. Yes.
Rain checks and floppy hats.
Floppy hats. What is that?
God damn, dude.
Big-
You know
Oh yeah, they yeah.
who
Straw
wants to?
hats.
All right, well, I'd like to go next because I'd like to dovetail off that. I was also falling asleep a little bit in this movie. I kind of want to give it another shot years from now.
Can I ask, when did you fall asleep? Like, was it early when it was all like really confusing and jumping all around, or did you fall asleep towards the end when they were actually like explaining everything?
I fell asleep, I think, around the 40-ish minute mark.
Yeah,
Sort of
that was
dozed off
too
a couple
early.
times.
You
No, I mean 40 minutes
Sort of
left.
dozed off a couple times.
I didn't-
A couple times? What the fuck?
Well, I mean,
You can't rate a movie that you dozed off in a couple times.
But if it
it
made you
has to keep my
sleepy,
attention.
did it make you
I
sleepy?
think
though?
that
Or
might
did
be
you
other
go
stuff
into
going
the
on.
not at all. But my wife did fall asleep.
I'm asking Travis. Travis, were you sleepy going in, or did this movie put you to
No,
sleep?
but it was past my bedtime. It was pretty late.
Okay.
Travis, were you?
I mean,
I think a
like I
solid 10
said,
out of 10 movie would have captivated me enough to keep me awake.
Yeah, get
I
your
agree with you that there were parts where I found myself disinterested because it was hard to track.
Yeah.
And so
So
I could see that happening, but like you gotta stick with it. You never know what the next 5 minutes.
okay, but I will stick with it if you allow me to stick with you. When you're fucking massive cutting to dildos and raccoons and shit that doesn't make any sense, you're gonna lose my interest, and that's the director's job.
I think they were playing on the whole like anything was a possibility.
I know what was happening. That doesn't.
I know they were in the multiverse. Eric, Ben.
Anyways, that's why we do this podcast. I was falling asleep about halfway through. I was checking.
All right.
Left in the
That's
movie.
your right. That's your right as a
prerogative.
human
Left
That
man.
is your prerogative.
Hey, Ben, both of us said we want to give it another chance.
They want to give it a go, Ben.
We I
Well,
do like
Wyatt-
that message.
I give it
said.
points. I give it
Wyatt
points for
somehow said that he
creativity.
thought he liked it less the second time.
Do not. Yeah. I mean, it's too long. It's too long. It's too long. You know what's gonna happen.
I will. Yeah, you could probably start at 40 minutes in and be.
No, I'm telling you that the middle act of the movie is a little loose. They could have tightened it up. That's where sounds like that. I mean, that's where they lost my wife. That's a little bit after that.
She went upstairs. She was
Sounds
pissed.
like that's where they lost Eric. When did Kelsey fell asleep, Ben?
Oh, she was
Ben
asleep.
won't let me get my review. I give this movie a 0 now that Ben won't let me get my review. And I was gonna give it a 7
Eric,
for
sorry.
creativity, but
Eric,
now I give it a 0. I'll never watch it again.
We don't want you to watch it.
How dare you?
All right, Eric, you give it a 7.
Give it a 7, and that's a generous 7. I think.
Wow.
I didn't enjoy it that much, but I think. And I think I appreciated some things, but man, whatever.
Manos.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's no Manos. Well, good, Eric, and that's a good review. And that's a good review on your part. And I'm giving it a straight 7, huh?
Giving it a straight 7, and I'll give it some room to
Generous
grow. I'll give it some room to degrow.
To be honest with you, it's very tough. I almost wish I didn't watch it again. It really has tainted my original score because.
Ooh.
What was your original score?
My original score was probably about I would probably give it an 8. now I'm probably bumping into about a 7.5, which isn't much, but I'm a stickler. You're not getting a hard rating. I agree. It was too long, 220. I mean, it's a multiverse, so I guess you need a lot of time. But
how many movies do they even make these days that are less than 2 hours?
I just can't. I can't back it up unless you're making an actual epic. Like, and this, I guess, in a sense, was supposed to be kind of an epic. It was pretty wild in terms of the scale that they were going on and what
they could have cut 20 minutes out of that. It should have came in at 2 hours flat.
Yeah, it could have come in. If you got me in at 158, I would have been really pumped. If there was no dildos, there was not only a dildo, a metal asshole dildo they were going to jump in. They also beat people with the real plasticky dicks. 2 of them. Like, I don't need that. I'm not a fan of that. It did nothing for the plot. It didn't make me like the villain. The villain
like
sucked.
The
villain
first dildo
stunk.
appearance didn't even make sense because where were those dildos?
She could do whatever because she was all powerful. But
I get it.
She stunk. Her at times I was like, I like her here. I like her there. I hate her here. I hate her there.
You were supposed to not like her at points.
No. But it was more so. It was overacted. It was like, this is cool. Now this is too much. Like
I didn't feel that, but okay.
Well, she didn't get nominated, and Jamie Lee Curtis did.
That is kind of surprising.
Weird.
Well,
I don't think it's crazy to say she was the weakest performance. I mean, the other 3 performances were pretty damn good. So
I'm not saying she was bad, but yeah, it's tough to. Yeah, that was gonna be tough.
The guy I liked, but I don't know if no one else could have done it. The guy from Goonies or whatever. I think everyone just kind of liked him because they know who he is.
See, I didn't know that the entire time I was watching it, and I loved him regardless.
I just don't know about that, Eric. I'm just not gonna go.
Well, yeah, but everyone has their own opinion,
Yeah,
for sure.
I think he was a good character. I don't agree with that either.
All right, you know what? No one agrees with me.
All right.
Next call.
Signed off.
Phone lines are open.
Wait. Do you think
I would give it a? Go ahead.
No, I was saying, do you think John Cho, aka Harold from Harold and Kumar, could have done that same role?
Absolutely.
Oh, I don't think so. And I love him to death, but I don't know about that.
I'd have to see what he's aged up to.
I was gonna say no way.
He's a little too young, isn't he?
He's obviously too young, but I can't even think of another person that they could have put in that role instead of, like, I don't know, maybe just because
Last Samurai.
Okay.
You know what? I mean, it would have been a different character, but the Emperor from The Last Samurai could have taken the character in a different direction, but could have done a good job.
Okay.
Huh?
Jet Li? Yeah.
Jet Li?
Well, how about our favorite?
Jackie Chan?
Jackie Chan.
No, to be honest, I'd probably go Danny McBride.
Danny McBride would have been
He's not Asian.
Ben, were you about to say that your rating started with a 7 after saying you cried at it?
And there's
I heard you start to say like 7.
No, I was gonna give it like an 8.5 or a 9.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
yeah, that's a strong rating from Ben.
That's what it deserves.
Well, 8.5 or 9.
I mean, any movie that can connect enough with me to make me cry, like when I know I'm gonna cry and I can't hold it back, even.
Can I ask what was the line or the exact moment that made you cry? And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way.
I don't know what exact line or moment it was. It was just like
very end.
Watching the mother overcome what created the barriers between her and her father to connect with her daughter and try and save her from basically throwing away her life. That was deep shit right there.
Yeah, I like some of the
relationship between a mother and a daughter is sometimes really fucking hard.
Yeah.
I know that as, seeing my mom and my sister,
Yeah.
So
some of the stuff that really touched me was
conveying what, family means to.
I agree with you.
Specifically what is Eastern? What
they were
Chinese. The West. So, yeah, I mean they were Chinese, yes, but I don't know. Whatever. they did a good job exemplifying that and overcoming the trope of Asian parents are always super hard on their kids and never connect with them, and they hate each other, blah blah blah.
I agree.
So that was cool. I think that the whole entire movie was building up to that payoff, and
Wow.
I thought they did a good job of making you think that the mom was actually going to get rid of the daughter, and then flipping back and forth from that and like, no, I want to save her, and okay, no, maybe I can't save her, and no, I'm definitely gonna save. Like, they did a good job of pulling the strings a little on that. So I thought it was better than you guys think, but if you weren't really like getting into it, then it makes sense. If you're not into a movie, how are you gonna like it?
Can I, off what you just said, I think I liked how it ended. I liked the message. I didn't like how they got to the message because I didn't care about that. I thought it was silly.
There was a lot of ridiculousness.
Right, because I agree it was about like the relationship, and I liked that ending, and I thought there was some good emotional stuff, but I was like, how they got there is what I didn't care about. So that's why overall I didn't.
Yeah, I think they just tried to. One of you said it earlier, like almost right when we started. I think that you just didn't like the way they conveyed the message.
Yeah.
And yeah, they took a really long-winded, adventurous way to convey the message, but they kind of had to set up the whole multiverse thing to.
It was a modern.
Make it an adventure instead of just oh well, we don't like each other and we need to get over that, and it's all deep rooted in my family's history of not treating our daughters well.
The Russo brothers earlier, right? They did this.
They produced it.
They didn't do this.
So they produced it. So they have a history though with these comic book movies. So that makes a lot of sense that they would present in this.
Is this technically a comic book?
No, but the multiverse stuff felt
it shares some stuff.
It felt very modern, kind of like what movies are, where we can't just do a straightforward movie. It has to be like goofy, and we have.
Actually, listening to Ben talk about the message and how it's sort of about the family, and the rest is just noise and distractions. I mean, that's kind of like what the movie is. All this absurdity and craziness was just sort of a distraction from the family element of them, basically those three characters. Yeah. But still, I didn't quite connect with that absurdity and Eric, kind of like Eric.
There was a point to it, like there was a point to it, I think, but how fast paced it was and how I just was a little checked out. I think it was a little too much.
I thought it was fast. It was fast paced and slow paced at the same time. Well, that's what I mean. It felt like they were doing a bunch but going nowhere.
I wanted a breath at certain points. That's why I said I liked the scene where they were like rocks. So I'm like, okay, I can just breathe for a second, and think about stuff.
I mean, movies that deal with a father-son relationship. Maybe I think it's more of that, but mother-daughter relationship. Some of that stuff is some of my favorite movies and stories. And I just think overall I like some other ones better than this one.
Yeah, I like some of the relation, like when she started giving Wayman actual love and support. She'd not shown him love at all, and then she was kissing him and it kind of I could almost relate to that because my wife's fucked up and has mental health issues and kind of can't even think about me at times. And it's like, oh my God, I'm still existent. Cause you don't know what people are struggling with. You think that they don't want to be around you, but it's more so they don't want to be around themselves, or they're so overwhelmed. They're in their own head. She was just in her head. I think that was a depiction of
that was another good part about the end, was that it was clear that she obviously even though she saw what her life could have potentially been without Wayman, she genuinely at the end wanted to be with him because she saw that he cared about her deeply and wanted the best for her. And
she's overlooking all of his.
They did a really good job of throwing a giant ball of shit at you, and then at the end shaping it into a really nice, like touching story about family.
Wasn't her like, and if I'm taking this right, like her father was like the actual villain because he was the one who didn't want them to get married, right?
Yeah.
Well, he was the big, yes, he was like the big controversial choice that sent her in different directions in any different multiverse. Was
right. And
did she stay with Wayman or not?
Yeah, and then she kind of like, it's almost like she blames him or like that decision. And I thought it was interesting that I liked how, because at first I feel like you're made to think that she's the one handing the divorce papers, but then you find out it's him because he feels like she's checked out on him like so much. So there was some good.
Well, they made it very clear that he was the one with the divorce papers at first.
Not at first, though, right?
Like not at first. At first, you think he's found the divorce papers from her.
At first, he's trying to get her to talk and like in private for a minute, and then when they can't, the scene ends with him looking at the divorce papers because he wanted to give them to her.
Yeah, but aren't you made to think that maybe it's her who, like, he's finding the papers, like she's about to?
That's how I took it. I took it the same way.
That you guys missed that one.
No, I don't think so. I think you watched.
I think that was purposeful misdirection. You're supposed to think he found her papers at first.
You don't remember when he, after the IRS thing, when she hands the papers back to him? That
I think
we're talking about at the house.
Some of the very first time the papers.
Yeah, we're talking about before that.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. That was the first time the papers popped up, was when he had them. He wanted to talk to her privately about something else, which was those papers, and they never got to. And so at the end of the scene,
maybe he thought he found. I was like, "What's the deal? Why are you divorcing me?" Like that's.
That I never picked. I got it how it was originally.
Wyatt.
Be seen.
I kind of agree that I think that it was kind of insinuated that he was like being ignored, and that he was almost so ignored that he couldn't even get her to look at the papers for him to try to fucking divorce.
He wanted a divorce as like a way to like fix things.
You don't know that till the end, though. I think what me and Travis are saying is like
right, and that's possible.
I picked up on it originally.
Yeah,
I don't know what you guys think.
I didn't see it that way.
I didn't either.
Well, they made it very clear after the whole thing with the IRS thing because she's referring to the writing that the other Raymond put on the back, the instructions.
Yeah. Yep.
And then he's looking at the papers like
she still doesn't get it.
Upset because you had.
The divorce papers.
Yeah. That I know.
And she was
We're talking about only at the house.
Right, but I'm just saying they made it very clear shortly after that.
I know at that point it was clear, but at the house when he's got these papers, you didn't think he found those?
No.
Okay, yeah, you're not
because he kept trying to get her to talk privately.
But who knows? Maybe he was an alpha Wayman for him at that point, and he didn't even know yet. You know what I mean? And he didn't even know about the divorce papers. Who knows?
But he did say that he gave them to her.
No, I agree. I think it was simply kind of like a nod to the fact that she was literally ignoring him. She had no fucking care for him, and that's why he was fed up. I think he was such a sweet guy that he would never have wanted to do that. He literally said, "People at my church, they." I
think that's probably why Eric and I thought it that way. Is he was obviously in love with her still, and he didn't seem like the type of person in that relationship who would have been asking for the divorce.
Exactly. I swear to God, when I first saw it, I was very confused too. Like, wait, what? He's divorcing her? Like, what?
Yeah, no. Based on their interaction, it seemed like they were just a busy couple trying to figure shit out. But no, yeah, I picked up initially on him.
It's definitely what means
him wanting to show those papers to her and be like, "Listen, this is what I'm thinking."
It's an intentional misdirection, like Trav said, because you're made to think that she's unhappy. Would it make sense?
Yeah, because they're both unhappy. So.
Well, yeah, they're
He at
both.
the end says, "I
Possible.
never asked for a divorce. It's just the way you look at me. You never said it."
You would have thought, based on her being the more assertive character, that the papers would have been from her. But I picked up on it. But I also was like, why would? I was like, it was like more of a shock situation. Like, why would Wayman want to leave her? Like, you're Wayman.
because his brother got a divorce.
Oh
But
yeah,
we
well,
didn't know that until later either.
That's what I'm saying. Like the whole time, we were meant to think in the beginning that she's the one. Anyways, we're not gonna harp on that forever. You took it as you did. We took it as we did.
Yeah.
What do you give this movie, Ben?
Maybe don't
Sounds
fall
like
asleep
10 out of 10.
watching it. I said 8.5, 9.
Okay, I know. I was just kidding.
So
Give it a real
8.75?
score. 7/4.
Well,
Yeah, I guess.
let's see what it. Let's see how it does at the Oscars. It's up against.
Well,
Banshees.
hopefully he can do better than fucking Banshees. That movie was so fucking.
See, what's weird is I felt emotionally connected to Banshees. You felt emotionally attached to this one, and that's
Yeah,
why.
to be honest, dude, I think Banshees was a way more. I mean, I don't know, dude. It's so hard to say that, but
As
these
funny
movies
as it
are not
sounds,
even on this.
I would say Banshees was more absurd than this movie.
Right, but I'm saying I don't think
Banshees is absurd too, but yeah.
these were not on the same pedestal of acting at all. Like Banshees was like out, like that's a 10.
Okay.
Like I don't know, dude. Banshees was something else.
I still argue that wasn't that much of a reach for those two. That's what they fucking sound like.
All right, man.
That has nothing to do. What they sound like. Every single American actor act like most. They do American roles. What's the difference? I don't get it. That's not what they act like.
They just acted like everyday dudes. Like
They don't. Everyday dudes don't cut their fingers off and throw them at their best friend's door. What are you talking? I don't.
Are you fucking stupid?
He did it pretty casually.
Dull?
He did it pretty casually.
Yeah, that's why it was so good.
The best part of that movie is
that's redonk.
Gleason throws the finger at the door, and Colin Farrell says, "Well, maybe I'll go talk to him. See what's going on."
Yeah. I just had a Harry Potter marathon. Okay.
Comedy, but like
he crushes it as Mad Eye Moody.
How do you smoke in your sleep, like Siobhan?
Wait,
how do you smoke in your sleep?
Yeah, that guy. I love that guy.
He's
love
great.
him. Colin Farrell. Like, I don't think that was a horrible movie either. Like, but it just, holy shit! They took a long road to get to their point.
That's why
so what are we watching next? All Quiet on the Western Front?
I hope
the
not.
Fablemans. Are we hitting up the Oscars?
Oh, I want to see that.
I do want to see
Fablemans.
Yeah,
bring something up. Not a movie, but Amazon Prime has a watch party feature. Have any of you used that?
No.
Oh.
It's basically, I think, if everyone here has Prime, we could one person would be the host, and we'd all be watching at the same time, and you can chat on the side. I don't think you can do anything other than that, but that might be kind of fun.
That would be
like
kind of
text
cool.
Chat?
Yeah, just like a chat room thing on the side.
Daisy Jones in the 6. Who's watching it?
Who?
It's basically like a Fleetwood Mac story.
Davy Jones Slacker?
And Elvis's granddaughter is like the lead role.
The thing about Elvis is he's a
holy shit. Is this
top? He's a fucking hack.
Oh my god. Can we watch The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, please?
What's that? Pitch it.
That's the Cage movie with Pascal where he plays himself.
I do want to see that.
Pedro Pascal?
Please.
Pedro Pascal.
He's in it, yeah.
Yeah, Pedro.
Cage movie?
What's it called?
Nicolas Cage?
Nicolas Cage is Nick Cage. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Isn't it like about his life, roughly?
Not really.
Well, I said roughly.
Okay.
Very
Last of Us finally had a
Prime. It's on Prime.
dull episode.
I hope you guys get your top 10
here's
list.
the description. In this action-packed comedy, Nicolas Cage plays Nick Cage, channeling his iconic characters as he's caught between a superfan and a CIA agent.
CAA?
See, yeah.
Down, 'cause we've been talking about doing a comedy. It's on
I think this would be a great idea. Like, I'm in.
we could do the Prime watch party. I like
We
it.
could. Well,
watch it.
everyone would have to start their free trial of Stars.
I also like the Fableman's idea though, because I'm really. Is that out?
But is that streaming anywhere?
Oh, I thought
I
it
have
was
no
Prime.
clue.
I don't think that's streaming anywhere.
Premium Amazon Prime Video premium subscription.
All right, well, are you on Amazon Prime right now?
Well,
Eh,
I will.
What do they got?
Uh,
What can we watch?
Well, I'm talking about the unbearable.
You have to pay for the Fablemans
Yeah,
everywhere.
Oh, that heights.
$6 too.
Well, not
Yeah,
really. I wouldn't.
That's
I could
hefty.
bootleg
Yeah,
it.
it isn't free on Prime. Never mind.
He's a bootlegger.
I think we do unbearable weight of massive talent.
You have to have a Stars trial. On
Yeah,
Prime.
there's a start your free Stars trial.
I want to do that.
Watch parties on there. We could have a watch party. I'm down for a watch party.
Is it a lunch
I
party?
would like to try a watch party.
You know what, guys? To be honest with you, sure, I'm willing to do it.
Do you have Amazon Prime, Wyatt?
I do. I have it hooked up to the old Xbox.
What about the Northman?
You know, to be honest,
I've seen it.
How'd you like it?
I liked it.
Cooper, what are you doing?
I remember recommending it to
Weirdo.
Zach. I don't remember what he said about it, but I mean, it's
Why do you
pretty
have to
wild
be under my
movie.
table? Get out of here. Oh, you're a weirdo. What else? Is there anything else? Sorry, that one popped up and I was like, holy shit. Like, I've been meaning to watch that.
I'm kind of mad that I wasted my turn on this. Not that I hated this movie, but this is not really what I would pick.
You had already seen it too.
I just did it for fun.
I think it was a good choice.
I appreciate you, Eric.
I like that. I think most of our picks have been like this, but I like that we had somebody who really liked it,
Yeah.
somebody who didn't like it as much, and two kind of people in the middle.
Yeah, I think that was good.
Yeah, I mean, Manhunter rocked, to be honest, even though
Yeah.
the Manhunter was a wild ride.
It
my
was so
man.
good.
It's Ben's turn.
Man, my man.
I think let's just do, if everybody can manage to get that free trial, I think we do that.
What,
That way
Fableman's
we can
or the
watch
other
it.
one?
The unbearable weight of massive talent. That way we can knock out a solid comedy and
Wait.
it's relatively new.
You
Rated
said Cocaine
R-
Bear or what?
Yeah, Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear it is. All right,
Featuring
boys.
Nick Cage is a cocaine bear.
I mean,
It's got a 87%
Mhm.
on Rotten.
Ugh.
Action comedy. It's an hour and 45 minutes. I'm in.
Oh my God!
That's
Please,
Chris.
let's do this.
Let's do it.
Chris,
Let's see
that's
what
kinda-
Tom.
Yes.
What's Tom
Yes.
Morgan done?
What's that?
We'll
What-
see what
okay,
the
what day
director's
can we
done.
wa- what
He's
day
not
can we
done
watch
anything.
this?
Yeah, we have to all
We have a
watch
watch
it.
party. Sunday. There's no football.
Yeah, I can do Sunday.
Sunday would probably
Like,
be
let's
good.
do let's do Sunday 6, 7, 8. Shit.
Mhm.
Well, what time works for you, Eric?
I'm 2 hours behind you guys, so not,
You do
not
8?
too far off. Yeah, so
8.
yeah, I'll probably be doing nothing around 6 on a Sunday.
Sunday at 8.
That's
All
possible.
right, let's do that.
All right.
Lock it up.
Yeah, let's do it.
I can't wait for this to
Wow,
not work.
We're going to the movies together, guys. Who's bringing the
Woo!
Who's bringing the snow caps? I'm bringing the Sour Patch Kids.
I'm vulnerable.
Cookie dough fights.
Nope,
What?
I'll bring Jason or his dick will be in the popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Based on your dad's hints.
You guys have a preferred
First time I ever went on a high school date with a girl, my dad said, "Oh, you gonna do the old popcorn trick?" And I was like, "What are you talking about, Dad?"
That must
He's
have.
like, "Oh, you gotta cut a hole and put your dick in it." And I was
That's
like,
a lot of
"What?"
effort.
Where did that
How would
legend
it
come from?
doesn't even that wouldn't
Well,
make sense.
I don't want to get butter all over my dick.
Like, what movie was that in the
Salt
70s
in
that
your
made
dick
that a
hole
thing?
probably isn't good either.
Dad,
Come
you
on.
haven't even Dad, you haven't thought about the salt into my dick.
Type that in
hole.
Google, Eric.
Well,
Yeah,
Where
what's
did
like,
the
what is she
where
gonna
did
do?
the
Jerk your
popcorn
dick
bucket
off
dick
with
trick come
popcorn?
You're
from?
ruining the popcorn in your dick.
Yeah, Well, and the if she's jerking you, like, what if like kernels start getting into her
Yeah.
hand and she's
God.
jerking
Yeah,
the friction
no.
and the
At that
kernels,
point,
like,
you take your dick out of the popcorn.
oh, because you've already discovered your dick.
Yeah.
Then in that case, you've got the butter as lubricant.
Yeah, that's just a starter, my man.
Yeah,
I love that butter
yeah.
dick. We still
Oh,
record?
Peter.
Yeah.
Peter
shouldn't be.
Cut that
Peter
last
loved his
part.
butter
Cut
dick.
that last part. Just kidding. Don't